morning, Jackednnerdy fans. Welcome to my non-spoiler review for Alien Romulus. As always, before we jump into that review though, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you guys never miss out on a video. And if you do enjoy our content, please make sure you give these videos a thumbs up. It supports the channel immensely and it doesn't cost you a thing. So smash that thumbs up button. We appreciate your support. So let's jump straight into it. I was really excited to go and see Alien Romulus last night. I am a huge fan of the Alien franchise. I remember getting the shit scared out of me as a little preteen kid when I saw the very first Alien film. I remember seeing images of the Predator, for Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator. Is Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator or is it Predator 2? I can't remember, but I distinctly remember seeing an image of the Predator in the newspaper as a little kid. This is well before I'd even seen the movie, but I just saw an image of the Predator and it scared the absolute bejesus out of me. And then as soon as I saw the film, I absolutely loved the franchise ever since. So I'm a massive Alien fan. Contrary to a lot of popular opinions, I enjoyed the movie Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I thought they were really good installments of the franchise as well, giving a lot of backstory into events that happened pre-Alien and Aliens 2. Hands down though, Aliens 2 with the Colonial Marines is my absolute favourite. Absolutely adore that film. But the franchise nonetheless, for me, is just absolutely incredible. So, that's enough about me and my love for the franchise and the property. Let's jump into Alien Romulus though. So, as soon as the trailer came out for this film, the trailer itself did a fantastic job of hooking me, just showing the suspense, the nostalgia of the face huggers and all of that, the craziness. Also, the fact that they made it well known in the trailers that this is coming from the creators of Don't Breathe and other really fantastic horror properties, I'll say. So as soon as that was kind of mentioned in the trailers and everything, you knew that they were going to be returning to their horror roots that they really kind of started with the original Alien film. Sure, it was sci-fi, but it was also really deep rooted in horror. Just the suspense, the fear, and everything. The age-old saying, in space, no one can hear you scream. They definitely kind of embodied that ethos in this film. So, right from the outset, this film doesn't take long to get up and running. It just gives you a very brief kind of bit of information about who the players are in this film and where they're at and what's going on. Of course, Weyland-Yutani is prevalent throughout the whole kind of story there. The big bad corporation and all of that. But basically, let's break it down. So visually, this film is absolutely spectacular. Both the scenes that they have on the planet, but then obviously, as you know from the trailers, they go from the planet up into the space station, essentially to try and rob it. So the visuals on the planet are absolutely fantastic. They did a great job with that. But more so once they kind of go up into space and onto the space station, obviously it's more claustrophobic, it's more closed in, but the visuals are absolutely breathtaking and spectacular. The uses of dark and light and shadow and movement of light outside the space station coming in through like the windows and everything. Visually, this film is absolutely spectacular. Casting wise, I think they did a really good job with the casting of this film. Basically, it's for me, it's completely unknown actors and actresses. You know, what we got? We got Cailee, Spaeny, Isabela, Merced. I'm probably butchering some of these names, but please forgive me. Isabela was absolutely gorgeous and did a great job in this film. I thought she was fantastic. Aileen I thought did a great job. Archie, Renaux, I hope I'm pronouncing his name. Archie, you know, who played one of the male leads, was really, really good. He did a great job as well. The one actor who really sold it for me, though, was David Jonsson. You see him in the trailers. He plays the synthetic kind of android role. You know, he was just absolutely fantastic in that role. I absolutely loved watching him on screen. I thought he just sold it for me in so many ways, and I felt he did a fantastic job. And I loved okay. This is not a spoiler, obviously, but I love that they brought back the line of, was it you're a synth, and he goes, well, I prefer the term artificial human. I really liked that they brought that line back in from Bishop in Aliens. I prefer the term artificial person. So David Jonsson was absolutely fantastic. And finally, Spike Fearn, you know, he did a great job as well. Really unlikable character. Didn't like his character well at all, but that kind of gives credit to him as an actor by making that character so unlikable. I thought he did a fantastic job there as well. So, casting wise, hands down, they did a fantastic job. There was no moments at all in this film that I wasn't believing what they were putting out there. You know, at no point did they break character or make you feel like you were watching a movie. Like, they really did do a really good job of selling the characters and and the portrayal of the characters. So, casting wise and acting wise, fantastic, hands down. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. Now, yeah, I mean, the story itself. Let's go into the story, okay? So, fairly basic premise. You get it all in the trailer. Basically, they're wanting to escape the planet. They see this space station. They think, hey, let's rob it, and then basically, you know, we'll be on easy street. You know, I'm not giving anything away there. You know, it's all in the trailers and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously, once they're on board the space station, everything goes to shit, basically. Very simple premise. Very, very simple premise. Was it executed well? Absolutely. I think it was executed extremely well. You know, I believed it. I understood it. I believed it. You know, maybe they could have done one or two tweaks differently just to make it that little bit more believable, I suppose. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers, and it's not my property; it's their property. It's their story that they're telling. You know, hands down, I have no real major critiques about the story and what have you, and the storytelling. You know, some of my other reviews, you've heard me waffle on about how, you know, they could have done a number of things differently. Personally, I really don't have any kind of major criticisms of the story. That I don't think I could have done any better. I really don't. You know, and actually, I think they did an absolutely fantastic way of tying it into the overall franchise. You know, they showed, you know, and they showed and mentioned, you know, elements of both Alien and also Prometheus and Covenant. So they did a really good job of tying it in and letting you know roughly where it sits in the overall timeline of the franchise. Whereas a lot of these other movies, you really have, like, I mean, apart from Alien, Aliens 2 and Aliens 3, Prometheus and Covenant, you never really knew where they sat in the overall timeline of the franchise. And you were always kind of left guessing, so to speak. I remember when Prometheus came out, no one even knew that it was tied into the Alien franchise until the movie actually came out. And you were sitting in the cinemas and you went, hang on. And then you got the connection. So they did a really good job of tying this into all the other movies and the franchises and really giving you a good understanding of where it sits in the overall timeline. So, absolutely kudos to that and thumbs up. Really, they've done a fantastic job with this movie, and I really think they've done well to kind of almost revitalize the franchise in a way. I hope this leads to. I hope this movie does really, really well, and I hope it leads to other Alien movies being done. Hopefully, in the same vein with the same creative team and what have you, because I really think. This movie does a really, really good job of revitalizing the franchise for a new audience and kind of getting people back into this franchise. There was a period where I think people was getting a bit stale and people were getting a bit bored with it, but I really think this can really revitalize the whole franchise as a whole. The other thing I find amazing, I'm just looking at it right now, this film had a budget of $80 million. That is a very, very low budget by Hollywood standards these days. And I tell you what, for what they did with that budget, kudos to them, man. They did a fantastic job. I mean, watching this film, you could easily say it was a $100 million plus budget film. But yeah, as it says right here, they only had an $80 million budget. And I tell you what, They did fantastic, and they're going to make that money back in spades with this film. I really think they are, and I reckon it was fantastic. So, Alien Romulus, for me personally, I'd give this an 8 out of 10 all day, every day. I thought it was really, really good. At the moment, it's got an IMDB score of 7.5, and it's got a Rotten Tomatoes score of 82%. So all in all, it's faring quite well with audiences. I would highly encourage everyone to go out there and check out this film for themselves. If you're a fan of the Alien franchise, you will enjoy this film immensely. If you've never seen an Alien film before, or if you're not overly familiar with the premise, I really think you'll enjoy it. If you're a fan of sci-fi, if you're a fan of horror, if you're just looking for an entertaining film, with some nail biting and what have you, do yourself a favour, go and check out Alien Romulus in cinemas now, everywhere. You will not be disappointed with this film. You will enjoy it immensely. So that's my thoughts and opinions. Hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys thought of Alien Romulus. I'd be really interested to see if other moviegoers enjoyed it as much as I did. So hit me up in the comment section below. I'd really like to know your opinion. And until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.